This is David Williams from iExpert Advisor. In this short video, we're going to create a new quick start system and we're going to configure the open buy logic of the Expert Advisor. This is the welcome screen of ETS. In the top left corner we see the Create New System button. We're going to go ahead and click that, and when we do, we'll see options for the kinds of systems we could open. We're going to select a Quick Start EA. We'll select OK, and that's going to build the system and create the drawing. On the drawing we see we have four functions: open buy logic, open sell logic, close buy logic, and close sell logic. Today we're going to work on configuring the open buy logic of this Expert Advisor. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the caption of the open buy logic function. This will prompt us to open the drawing. I'll say yes, and this is the drawing of the open buy logic. I'm going to put some notes into the text element so I'll remember what our logic was for opening. And for this particular trading system, we're going to say open a buy trade when the RSI is greater than 50 and also when the bid price is greater than the close price. And after I type this in here, I'll just click Save, and this text will actually end up in the MQL file and will also always be here on the drawing, so I can refer back to it if I have details in there. Now I'll make room for our RSI function on the drawing, and I'll go over to the toolbox and drag out the RSI function and configure it by pushing the plus button. These are all the parameters used to configure RSI, and those are the default parameters, so we're just going to take those. Those are good enough for this system right now. And we're going to connect it up between the note and to the logic. And we'll hit the build button, and this will let us know if there's any problems on our drawing. If there aren't any problems, then we can move on. This is the window you get on the starter edition when the build is successful. And also in the bottom left corner, it also says build successful, so we know we're ready to go. So let's configure the logic element. We click the plus button to open it up, and we'll set the left operand to the value of the function that holds the RSI. That's under function variables, and it's underscore RSI. That's the name of the variable that holds the value of our function. So we'll go ahead and double click that, and now we'll select our operand. We do that, just go into the pull down menu and clicking, and we'll select our right operand, and that's just going to be a value, so we'll double click enter a value and enter 50 and say OK. And when this is true, we're going to return the true. But first we're going to hit another condition, which is our bid price. So we go down to variables underneath MQL and select bid. We could also just type bid. And then we'll set our operator again. And to our right operand, we're going to look for the close function value. And there it is, close of 1. And now we'll set it to return true when both of these conditions are true. And that is it. Our open buy logic is configured, and we could build it. And we have just set up the open buy logic for our Expert Advisor. Now remember, the way a QS system works is that when the logic of a drawing is true, then that action occurs. In this case, when this logic is true, the Expert Advisor will open a buy position. And the same is true, of course, for opening a close position, closing a buy position, and closing a sell position. And in the next video, we'll go over setting up the logic for opening a sell position.